Hello, good evening everyone. Hello, namaskar. Dosto, I hope you guys are doing good. Today was a very good day for the market. Finally, we had good reasons to cheer, and finally, we ended the week in a happy note. Friends, this is a special session. Generally, we don't organize these sessions live on Fridays. What we do on Fridays are every weekend, every, I would say, a weekend, we conduct a special session for Stockage Club members. Stockage Club is my personal community of like-minded people with 10,000 members who are connected with us on a real-time basis, and we are getting the tremendous benefit of tracking the market, knowing the market, stock ideas, learning, etc. etc. So every Friday 6 बजे से लेके 7 बजे तक हम लोग मार्केट की चर्चा करते हैं, लिटरली चाय पे चर्चा करते हैं और हम मार्केट की बातें करते हैं, क्या हो रहा मार्केट में, क्या करना चाहिए. वी ट्राई टू रैप अप द एंटायर वीक एंड वी ऑल्सो टॉक अबाउट द वीक कमिंग फॉरवर्ड. ये सेशन 1 घंटे का. इसमें जनरली इट्स अ मोनोलॉग वेयर आई एम वन ऑफ द स्पीकर्स. Then there are two more guests who are experts in Stockage Club. They come and they also talk about their perspective about the market. तो आज मैं अपनी चर्चा चालू करता हूं मार्केट के बारे में. मैं अपना 15 मिनट 20 मिनट का कैप्सूल आपके साथ स्पेंड करना चाहता हूं एंड आई वांट टू गिव यू अ पर्सपेक्टिव. But before I start live, let me welcome all my Stockage Club members, my dear club members. Thank you so much for being part of this Stockage family, and I'm sure you are finding value in this association. So let me start my discussion on market. Then I'll invite the other expert, Shoradeep, and then I will have my one of my favorites, Abhijit, also here. So let me present my screen to all of you. Okay. So, the way I start this section is I talk about the face to face first. मैं हमेशा इस सेशन में पहले कुछ मिनट्स फेस टू फेस जो मैंने रिलीज किया है उसके बारे में बात करता हूं. तो आज का जो फेस टू फेस रिलीज हुआ है वो है राकेश पुजारा जी के साथ में. दिस इज द फेस टू फेस. आई होप यू गाइस आर एबल टू सी द स्क्रीन. यू हैव टू वॉच दिस फेस टू फेस. एक्चुअली ये मैं सब फेस टू फेस के लिए बोलता हूँ आपको, बट दिस फेस टू फेस इज डेफिनेटली वेरी वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग बिकॉज इस फेस टू फेस के अंदर में राकेश पुजारा जी ने दुख सुख रेशो की बात की है. मैं थोड़ा समय लूंगा आप लोगों से इस बारे में बात करने में बिफोर वी एक्चुअली गो देयर अगेन. दुख सुख रेशियो क्या होता है? बहुत ही प्यारा कॉन्सेप्ट है एक्चुअली. एक रिस्क रिवॉर्ड रेशियो. हम लोगों ने शेयर बाजार में जब हम सीख रहे हैं तो हमने जाना है इसके बारे में कि देयर इज समथिंग कॉल्ड रिस्क रिवॉर्ड रेशियो, कि मुझे इतना रिस्क लेना है ताकि मुझे इतना रिवॉर्ड मिले. करेक्ट. इसी कॉन्सेप्ट को इतने सिंप्लीफाई फॉर्म में मिस्टर पुजारा ने सिंप्लीफाई फॉर्म में हमको एक्सप्लेन किया है कि कैसे आप अपने रिस्क रिवॉर्ड रेशियो को बेटर कर सकते हैं, मतलब दुख सुख रेशियो को बेटर कर सकते हैं सिस्टमैटिक ट्रेडिंग करके, डाइवर्सिफाइड ट्रेडिंग करके, नॉन कोरिलेटेड ट्रेडिंग करके. इतने सारे कॉन्सेप्ट्स राकेश जी ने उस वीडियो में सिखाया है कि अगर आप वो वीडियो नहीं देखोगे तो आप कुछ बड़ा मिस कर रहे हो. तो पहला मेरा ऑनेस्ट सजेशन, ओपिनियन, दरखास्त, जो भी आप इसको कह दे, इज टू प्लीज वॉच दिस फेस टू फेस बाय मिस्टर राकेश पुजारा. ठीक है. तो ये तो बात हो गई इस फेस टू फेस के बारे में. यस, मैं इस फेस टू फेस की बात कर रहा हूँ और यहाँ पर राकेश जी भी हैं, उनके जो पुत्र हैं वो भी हैं इसके अंदर में, चैतन्य. एंड सो मच वी हैव टॉक्ड अबाउट कि मार्केट में हैं तो कैसे देखना चाहिए, क्या क्या तरीके से मार्केट में इन्वेस्ट करना चाहिए कि नहीं करना चाहिए, क्या प्रोसेस होता है, ड्रॉडाउन का कॉन्सेप्ट क्या है, कितना ड्रॉडाउन सही है, कितना रिटर्न कमाने के लिए कितना ड्रॉडाउन सही है. सो मेनी थिंग्स ही हैज डिस्कस किया. अगर आप इस वीडियो को देखेंगे, ये तकरीबन, क्या इसका लेंथ था मुझे तो याद ही नहीं है, ये तकरीबन 1 घंटे का वीडियो है. बट दिस वीडियो इज गोइंग टू चेंज योर पर्सपेक्टिव अबाउट मार्केट. और सारे ELM के लर्नर्स, सारे मेरे लर्नर्स, वी ऑल आर सीरियस लर्नर्स. तो आई बिलीव इन चेंजिंग द वे यू लुक एट द मार्केट. सो दिस वीडियो विल हेल्प यू इन चेंज थिंकिंग अबाउट द न्यू वे ऑफ लुकिंग एट द मार्केट. चलिए अब मार्केट की बात करते हैं. तो मार्केट बड़ा इंटरेस्टिंग एक रेंज में था. And this is Nifty hourly chart. This is Nifty Bank Nifty hourly chart. This is mid cap chart and this is small cap chart. और ये चार्ट मैं पब्लिकली शेयर करता हूँ. दिस इज आवली चार्ट बिकॉज मैं एक ब्रॉडर मार्केट का रेंज आवली चार्ट से बड़ा ट्रेंड चेंज निकालने में बिलीव करता हूँ. एंड आई एम अ स्विंग ट्रेडर. मैं स्विंग ट्रेडर हूँ, तो ऑब्वियसली मैं स्विंग देखता हूँ, तो मैं 15 मिनट 20 मिनट या आधी घंटे का चार्ट नहीं देखता हूँ. जो इंट्राडे ट्रेडर है, जो ऑप्शंस में इंट्राडे ट्रेडिंग करते हैं, उनके लिए जरूरी है कि वो 15 मिनट का चार्ट या 20 मिनट का चार्ट देखें. बट जो मेरी तरह स्विंग करते हैं मार्केट के अंदर में, वो 1 घंटे का चार्ट से नीचे जनरली नहीं जाते हैं. सो दिस इज द मार्केट. मार्केट एक रेंज में चल रहा था. ये निफ्टी और ये बैंक निफ्टी है, और कल मार्केट ने इस रेंज को काइंड ऑफ ब्रेकआउट करने का एक कंफर्मेशन दिया. एसजीएक्स निफ्टी बोल लीजिए, या जो रैली लेड किया गया बैंकिंग सेक्टर से. और आपको पता होगा बैंकिंग सेक्टर्स क्यों तेज हो रहे हैं, क्योंकि जो मैंने पुराने वीडियोस में भी कहा था, बैंकिंग स्टॉक तेज इसलिए हो रहे हैं क्योंकि जो डेट म्यूचुअल फंड से जो पैसे निकलेंगे फाइनली वो एफडी में चले जाएंगे. और जो पब्लिक सेक्टर बैंक्स है, जिनका एफडी माना जाता है कि ज्यादा सिक्योर है, people will park that money in FD. So that's the core reason why banking stocks are going up. And the entire banking pack has actually led to this rise. So one of the strategy which I've actually discussed in Stockage Social also, which I'll show you. Stockage Club members लोग को Stockage Social का access मिलता है, जो कि एक प्राइवेट प्लेटफॉर्म है. इट्स नॉट अ पब्लिक प्लेटफॉर्म लाइक ट्विटर. तो आप देखिए यहाँ पर अनाउंसमेंट भी था कि हम लोग तीनों आज बात करेंगे मार्केट के बारे में. और मैं इसके अंदर में रेगुलर बेसिस पे स्टॉक आइडियाज भी डिस्कस करता हूँ, अपने थॉट प्रोसेसेस को भी डिस्कस करता हूँ. तो मैंने एक पोस्ट डाला था इसमें कि ड्यू टू शिफ्ट ऑफ मनी फ्रॉम डेट म्यूचुअल फंड टू द बैंकिंग सेक्टर, आई फील द बैंकिंग इंडस्ट्री विल कंटिन्यू टू आउट परफॉर्म द मार्केट. सो वन ऑफ द बेस्ट स्ट्रैटेजीज टू प्ले इन द मार्केट राइट नाउ, मुझे लगता है, मैं गलत भी हो सकता हूँ, बट मुझे लगता है कि बाय बैंक एंड सेल निफ्टी. ये स्ट्रैटेजी पे मैं भी काम कर रहा हूँ. आई एम लॉन्ग बैंकिंग इंडाइसेस एंड आई एम शॉर्ट निफ्टी. ये डिफरेंस जो है दोनों के बीच में, ऑल्दो इसके अंदर में मार्जिन डिप्लॉयमेंट काफी हाई रहती है, बट मुझे इसके अंदर में अल्फा रिटर्न दिख रहा है कि ज्यादा जनरेट हो सकता है. तो आई एम डूइंग दैट. मार्केट मोरलेस इस रेंज के ऊपर चला गया तो शॉर्ट टर्म पॉजिटिव हो गया मार्केट. बट रिमेंबर 200 निफ्टी का जो डीएमए जो मैं बार बार बात करता हूं, दैट इज अराउंड 17,550. तो उसके ऊपर मार्केट जाएगा कन्विंसिंगली, then I will start aggressive momentum buying in stocks. Otherwise, I'm happy to remain passively buying in these stocks. तो ये लेवल मार्केट का, ये जो रेंज आप देख रहे हैं, ये 17,550 के ऊपर, ये देखिए यहाँ जो हाई बनाया था 17,550. दिस इज अ वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट लेवल. और इसके ऊपर मार्केट बंद किया तो अपन लोग को स्टॉक्स के अंदर में आराम से बिंदास होके मोमेंटम पोजीशंस बिल्ड करना है. Now, talking about stocks, how do you identify stocks जिनमें मोमेंटम ट्रेडिंग करना है? मेरा तो बहुत ही सिंपल तरीका है, नो कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी एट ऑल. मैं तो स्टॉकेज के अंदर में मेरे 2-3 स्कैन है, उनको ही देखता हूँ, और उनमें से जो आइडिया जनरेट होती है उसी पे ही फोकस करता हूँ. सो लेट अस सी क्या आइडिया जनरेट हो रहे हैं. सो स्टॉकेज के अंदर में मेरे पास जो मेरा एक स्कैन है, आई वांट टू शेयर विथ यू दो स्कैन्स. तो दी कॉम्बिनेशन स्कैन में चलते हैं. वहां पे मुझे एक स्कैन दिखेगा, पावर ऑफ आरएस स्कैन, जो कि मैंने कंबाइन कर दिया मल्टीपल आरएस पैरामीटर्स. जो आरएस पैरामीटर जो मैं पिछले 10 साल से यूज कर रहा हूं, उनको मैंने कंबाइन कर दिया, और यहां से आ गया स्टॉक लिस्ट. मेरे लिए यही लिस्ट जो है सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट लिस्ट है, और इस लिस्ट पे मैं वीकली चार्ट को देखते हुए डेली चार्ट के अंदर में ट्रेड करता हूं. तो लुक एट द स्टॉक्स जहां पर ये स्ट्रेंथ नजर आ रही है. So the stocks where there is clear cut strength and a good price action is Glenmark. ये देखिए वीकली चार्ट में कितना अच्छा ब्रेकआउट मिला है, रिलेटिव स्ट्रेंथ भी इसका काफी प्यारा है. अनुरास, दिस इज अगेन गिवन अ गुड वीकली स्ट्रेंथ, वीकली चार्ट. बट ये सब स्टॉक्स में टिपिकली मैं अवॉइड करता हूँ बिकॉज बहुत वॉलेटाइल होती है स्टॉक्स. केपीआईटी टेक, जो कि क्लब के अंदर में हम लोग कंसिस्टेंटली इसके बारे में बात कर रहे हैं. मैं दिखाता हूं आपको कि कैसे क्लब के अंदर में वी हैव बीन जस्ट very very right in this stock for many many months now. कंसिस्टेंटली वी हैव बीन टॉकिंग अबाउट कि ब्रेकआउट आ रहा है स्टॉक के अंदर में, अच्छा लेवल पे अवेलेबल है, मैंने भी बात की है, और भी लोग एक्सपर्ट्स, तकरीबन 40 से ज्यादा एक्सपर्ट्स इसमें इन्वॉल्व हैं, दे हैव बीन टॉकिंग अबाउट दिस स्टॉक कंसिस्टेंटली. तो KPIT Tech is one stock which is giving good return and expected कि अभी भी momentum इसका positive है. There are some stocks where I am looking at them very closely. जैसे श्री सीमेंट देखिए, कितना प्यारा स्ट्रक्चर बना रहा है, वीकली बेसिस पे एक ब्रेकआउट के लिए रेडी, डेली के अंदर में स्ट्रेंथ है, तो आई विल डेफिनेटली लुक एट श्री सीमेंट टू प्ले मोमेंटम. दिस इज अ वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग स्टॉक. बॉश जो कि स्टॉकेज के चार्ट पैटर्न पे भी आया था, लुक एट दिस स्ट्रक्चर. मतलब कई बार मुझे लगता है कि एक्चुअल में स्टॉक आइडेंटिफिकेशन इज सो सिंपल. वी डू ट्राई टू मेक इट कॉम्प्लिकेटेड बट इट इज क्वाइट सिंपल. आपको बस दो ही चीज चाहिए, स्टॉकेज और स्टॉकेज क्लब, टू बिकम सक्सेसफुल. एंड बाय द वे, स्टॉकेज क्लब जिसमें स्टॉकेज सोशल का एक्सेस है, उसमें स्टॉकेज प्रो का भी एक्सेस है. तो इन केस यू आर नॉट स्टॉकेज सब्सक्राइबर येट, तो आप स्टॉकेज क्लब ले लीजिए, उसके अंदर में यू विल गेट एक्सेस टू एवरीथिंग. सो ओवरऑल मार्केट के अंदर में आई थिंक मोमेंटम बिल्डअप हो गया है, एंड गेटिंग इनटू स्टॉक्स वेयर मोमेंटम इज स्टिल पॉजिटिव इज नॉट अ बैड आइडिया. And we will wait for Nifty 200 moving average to go up convincingly. But क्या मार्केट में घनघोर तेजी है? I don't think so that I am preparing myself for a घनघोर तेजी. Yes, I am becoming very cautiously bullish now in the market. घनघोर तेजी तो 18,200 के बाद ही आएगा. 17,550 के ऊपर एक मेंटल पीस आ गया, सो दैट वी कैन बिल्ड पोजीशंस. लेकिन जो घनघोर तेजी वाली बात है वो 18,200 जो कि हाई रहा है उसके ऊपर आएगा. अगेन एक और स्टॉक देखिए, सेरा, लवली ट्रैक रिकॉर्ड, स्ट्रॉन्ग स्टॉक की पता है, खास गिरते भी है ना तो नीचे में उनकी बायर जनरेट हो जाती है. देखिए यहाँ पे गिरा, बायर जनरेट हो गया. तो इसलिए मैं सबको कहता हूं कि build your position only in strong stocks. स्ट्रॉन्ग स्टॉक्स अगर नहीं है तो उसमें पोजीशन मत बिल्ड करिए, क्योंकि अल्टीमेटली कमजोर स्टॉक्स में जो पैसा लगाएगा वो कमजोर ही हो जाएगा. एंड डिसीजन लाइज ऑन यू whether you want to remain a strong player in the market or you want to become a weaker player in the market. तो ये था मेरी तरफ से एक छोटा सा. नाउ आई वुड लाइक टू इनवाइट माय कलीग, माय अदर expert in Stockage Club, Abhijit. If you can join Abhijit and give your perspective about the market and what do you think will happen in the market in coming few days. Abhijit, over to you.
Good evening and thank you. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Yes, thank you. Thanks a lot. I'll take it from you. And yes, I think I'll start with the word you used, saying that cautiously bullish in the market is the right way. Let's bring my uh, screen into perspective. Good evening, everyone. It's
By the
nice
way,
to.
Abhijit, this painting behind you, is it
No, I'm
you?
I'm a chartist. My wife is an artist. She's the one.
Awesome! What a beautiful, what a beautiful.
So that's her work. Okay. So yes, first it was a nice, simple, sharp, surprising rally from the Nifty. Um, I think it came at a juncture when it was not expected so much. Maybe if you have been following my YouTube live interactions this week, I think Tuesday I was with Shanunda, one of our TMP mentor, and last week I was there a couple of times. So the call that we were taking is the index is hovering close to this September 2022 lows. These are not bad levels for some kind of a short-term
Abhijit,
support.
can you a bit louder? आपकी आवाज बहुत slow है. Can you be a bit louder?
Okay, okay. I'll speak a
Better.
bit louder.
Yeah,
So
better, better.
we were saying that the Nifty is close to its September 22 lows on the weekly charts. On the daily charts, it's made some kind of a congestion. It's trying to form a base. Whether it will give us a bounce back or not, that needs to be seen. And if you've been following us closely, if you check our Tuesday's interaction, we were discussing कि जो range बना था Tuesday को, if the index takes that out on the upside or on the downside, we are definitely going to get a short term directional move. And ये सेम व्यू हम लोग ने बैंक निफ्टी के लिए भी बनाया था, एंड द कंक्लूजन ऑफ दैट डिस्कशन वाज, अगर बाजार ऊपर की तरफ ब्रेकआउट देता है तो banks and financials are very likely to lead that move. Now this discussion and conclusion पूरी तरह से from a technical perspective आया था, and we have the news or the event based reasons to support it. Now I am a pure blood price guy. Okay, so I believe that price comes first and news comes later. So that is exactly how the prices have behaved. So it's following the script that we had drawn. Over here, as you will know, I look at three different time frames: weekly, daily, or 75-minute time frame. मैं check कर रहा हूँ यहाँ पे, and the index has given us a bounce back. This is a typical, मैं एक बार weekly charts को expand करता हूँ. This is a typical bear market word use नहीं करना चाहूंगा. Typical downtrend में जो bounce back देखने को मिलता है, as of now it looks like that, nothing more than that. The extent of this correction which we are still going through on a high to low basis, आप अगर देखेंगे, it's around 10% in 16 weeks, which is a decent correction जो अपने को एक typical bull market में देखने को मिलता है. And these lows come close to its previous lows, which was back in September 2022. Before I talk about the upsides, I would like to talk about a little bit about the supports and the downside. Number one, ये जो 17,000 के नीचे का जो लेवल है, जहां पे यहाँ पे 3 हफ्ते एक it just broke below it and then bounced back. यहाँ पे भी similar kind of price nature happened. 3 weeks 17,000 को नीचे की तरफ तोड़ता है and then it bounced back. So clearly, now the index has created a very strong support or level on the downside. This is a good thing from a bullish point of view, and this is also a good thing from a bearish point of view. इसका मतलब ये हुआ कि अगर if IFF अगर आगे जाके ये टूटता है, means a very strong support is gone, and अगर 16,800 के नीचे बाजार कभी भी, let's say for some reason whatsoever, if it comes down, closes, and let's say hell breaks loose, then we are definitely in a bear market. But abhi, it doesn't seem so as of now. As of now, what seems like we have held the supports well. हम लोग ने 17,000 के नीचे 2-3 बार डुबकी लगाया, weak amateur shorts को trap किया, and we gave a bounce back. Thankfully, not thankfully, I would say, especially the bounce back, it came with a gap up. इसका मतलब short squeeze होने का chance बहुत ज़्यादा है going forward. It's already a short squeeze, I feel, but आगे जाके Monday when we see what behaves, I think the index can definitely extend further up. We need to understand few more things. Today was 31st of March, end of the month, end of the quarter, end of the financial year. इंडेक्स मैनेजमेंट इस हफ्ते पे या इस दिन पे बहुत ज्यादा देखने को मिलता है, बिकॉज म्यूचुअल फंड्स विल ऑलवेज वांट देयर नैव्स एनएवी टू क्लोज एट अ हायर प्राइस. उससे क्या होगा दैट अ टिपिकल रिटेल इन्वेस्टर जब सोचता है कौन से म्यूचुअल फंड में एसआईपी करना है, वो क्या देखेगा, आप क्या देखते हो, यू विल डू अ सॉर्ट एंड आप चेक करेंगे विच इज द बेस्ट, द टॉप 3, 5, 10 परफॉर्मिंग म्यूचुअल फंड्स. वो परफॉर्मेंस उसके नैव से आता है. सो आज का प्राइस मूवमेंट अगर आप देखेंगे, एंड आई वाज डूइंग अ वेरी रफ कैलकुलेशन, हमारे मोटा भाई रिलायंस 10.5% वेटेज, आईसीआईसीआई बैंक, एचडीएफसी बैंक, एचडीएफसी, इन्फोसिस, टीसीएस, अगर हम सिर्फ इस 6 स्टॉक्स को कंसिडर करें, we will be knocking around 38% weightage on the nifty, around close around that. इसका मतलब आप अगर मेरे इस ट्रेडिंग व्यू स्क्रीन पे इस यहाँ पे फोकस करेंगे, these are the top 22 stocks जो मैं खुद पर्सनली रोजाना ट्रैक करता हूँ, and if I sort it in terms of percentage change, so there you go, Reliance, Infosys, ICICI बैंक, टाटा मोटर्स टॉप 6 में नहीं आता है, TCS, एक्सिस बैंक, HCL भी नहीं आता है, HDFC बैंक definitely comes. So beautifully, because of a sharp move coming from just a handful of stocks, especially this handful of stocks, the index bounced back very sharp. Your NAVs will close really well. Performance will be relatively much better than what it could have been down here. अगर 31st मार्च सोचिए यहाँ नीचे कहीं पे क्लोज होता तो नैब्स उतने अच्छे नहीं दिखते. So overall, net, it's a short-term bounce back from defined support levels. Short-term trend, I defined from 75-minute time frame. I use the daily time frame for the intermediate. I use the weekly for the long term. So short-term trend has definitely reversed. Momentum is supportive, or the extent of the move, the surprise element of the move, the gap up, the way it has closed at the highest point of the day, it seems like itne jaldi se ye chhodega nahi. It will very likely extend further up, maybe towards that 17,500, 600. ये यहाँ पे जो zone है, इसके आसपास I think it will try to come and probably halt for some time. Possible. Last time, अगर मैं daily chart को zoom out करता हूँ, if I just zoom out this, you'll notice last time when the index created some support यहाँ पे more or less उसी zone पे couple of times support, then इस area पे उसको breakdown मिलता है, and the breakdown was matched with pretty high selling, and then now we have a bounce back. So this level, or these zone, these levels 17,400 17,500 के आसपास ये जो short term movement है, I think it will hold. Now, on the weekly chart, the Nifty has not created a fractal low yet. Fractal low हम लोग तभी बुलाते हैं जब एक लो के बाएं तरफ towards the left दो higher lows है, and उस लो के दाहिने तरफ towards the right दो higher lows है. Two higher lows on the left, two higher lows on the right, which makes a fractal low. This is a Bill Williams concept. Fractal, आप इंटरनेट पे चेक कर सकते हो. Nifty has not created that. इसीलिए it doesn't make sense to go very bullish, but cautiously bullish. Yes. अभी देखना ये है कि come next week, next financial year, next week and next month, देखना ये है that how we open on Monday. Do we continue further on the upside? That's a good thing. Do we open weak and continue on the downside? इसका मतलब it will slip. So I would say bare minimum ये जो बाजार ने आज जो गैप बनाया और उस गैप का जो लोअर एंड है वो प्रीवियस स्विंग हाई के आसपास है, which is this level. अगर एग्जैक्ट लेवल बात करें तो 17,200 के आसपास. So ये जो मूव मिला है लास्ट 2 days 1700 to 17,200 कॉम्प्रोमाइज नहीं होना चाहिए. It should not break below this. If it slips below immediately, let's say within the next 2 or 3 days, then this will be a fake move. We are back to that zone, trading zone, high volatile zone. Trading will be difficult. From a very short term point of view, intraday point of view, any long candles का जो 50% mark होता है, halfway mark होता है, उस पे ध्यान दीजिएगा. This would be close to 17,300. From an intraday point of view for Monday, and 17,200 from a structural point of view. इसके नीचे फिसलना नहीं चाहिए. All right. So cautiously bullish, and यहाँ पे I think we should not be looking for any kind of a bearish action. Now, if you come to the Bank Nifty chart, or I would like to bring your attention to the weekly chart of Bank Nifty, यहाँ पे मुझे एक अच्छा खासा fractal low दिख रहा है. And we just discussed that last Tuesday जब हम लोग YouTube live कर रहे थे, we discussed this, that if the breakout comes on the upside, it's going to be the banks and a financial market. It seems like, and it happened so, and it's showing some good strength. I think that this movement will continue. ICICI Bank gave a phenomenal move. I think that's the bank which actually is leading this. The weekly charts are definitely improving a lot at a very crucial level. ICICI Bank, जहाँ पे आज बंद दिया 877 880 के आसपास. It's a very very crucial level for the stock. Short term traders should use this move to book some partial or full profits off the table. If you're late into the picture, abhi mat kharidiye, just wait for a little bit of slowdown and then you can go for a long trade. But the star of the day, when you need him the most, he comes and he delivers. Reliance Industries. We've got some decent looking divergences on our weekly charts. These are intermediate in nature. 23 to 2350 from a short term point of view, काफी सारे zones है जहां पे उसने lows बनाए थे, तो एक शॉर्ट टर्म रेजिस्टेंस यहाँ पे मिल सकता है, एक छोटा सा गैप डाउन भी आसपास है 2360 के आसपास। सो 2330 2360 के आसपास आज का मूव 4.3% अप मूव शुड स्टेबलाइज। देखना ये है कि whether it picks up further on the upside or not. अगर आप मुझे YouTube लाइव या all these kind of market analysis में फॉलो करते हैं, then I always suggest कि never try to pick the bottom of any chart. एक एक मूव को पहले जाने दीजिए, let the market give one move on the upside. If this is the bottom, then this move will extend further up, it will go further up, but it will not go straight one way. Most of the time it will not. What it will do most of the time, एक फर्स्ट मूव के बाद एक छोटा सा करेक्शन देगा, रिट्रेसमेंट जिसको बोलते हैं। ये रिट्रेसमेंट जनरली 50% मार्क के आसपास आता है, एंड फिर वो सेकंड लेग आता है। दिस सेकंड लेग जनरली is very healthy to trade, very fertile move to trade on the long side as well as on the short side. Momentum अच्छा खासा रहता है, the length of the wave is far longer than the length of this wave. So many stocks, many sectors, we will find this is happening. So ये जो cautiously bullish का view है, I would definitely like to see how the market holds on to the gains, number one. Number two, क्या ये 50% correct करता है कि नहीं? If it corrects, it's actually very good. Then it will come close to these highs. Then I will be eyeing this particular move on the upside. So view bullish है, but time करना पड़ेगा. From a short-term trading point of view, it's very important that we time these markets well. Auto and IT are still weak. I was going through the sectoral indices one by one, and auto doesn't look that great. Auto, if I'm not mistaken, is the biggest monthly the sector which has lost the most this month. IT is a surprise bounce back thanks to TCS Infosys. Will it bottom out? देखना ये है. As I just now explained to you, when you see a chart like this, मैं फिर से repeat करता हूँ, clearly मुझे दिख रहा है ये डाउन ट्रेंड में था, जस्ट एक दो दिन के कारण एक अप मूव मिला है. I don't want to get excited to buy here and chase the market on the upside. My intention is this move a real one? Then definitely it will take a halt and create the real move. I'm more interested in that. So you will find this. आपको बहुत सारे charts ऐसे दिखेगा. If you spend some time in the weekend and go through them. Finance and banking stocks, as I said, they look good. Pharma is something हम लोग ने I think last week Tuesday को discuss किया था. That pharma is something which is turning around. Sun Pharma पे ध्यान दीजिएगा. And clearly momentum indicators have improved and they have bounced back. It's a long story, but nevertheless, कहीं से भी अगर support आता है from pharma, from metals still weak, but nevertheless. The good thing is across the other asset classes, if I bring your attention to global markets, आप देखेंगे how the German markets have bounced back very, very sharp. I was surprised to see the length of the fall, the extent of the fall. I would say I'm quite surprised to see the length of the bounce back also. In fact, मैं इस DAX के चार्ट को यूज करके आपको फिर से वही एग्जाम्पल रिफ्लेक्ट करना चाहूंगा. That is, wait for the first move, then patiently wait कि ये 50% के आसपास करेक्ट करता है कि नहीं, and then the next move. This wave will have the best of the trades. So this is where DAX is playing out. The British market is not doing that good in relation to the French market or the German markets, but European markets, banks के panic say they came down, and when the clouds kind of got cleared up and they find okay, everything's fine, and so they're just bouncing back. If you take a look at crude and gold, both of them are bouncing back. Crude in a downtrend bouncing back. 80 के आसपास is a very, very strong range resistance. I'm looking at crude on the NYMEX here. If you take a look at gold, beautiful rally and it's holding well. एक surprise element हो सकता है. Gold is creating a rising wedge in a rising market. ये जो wedge pattern है, ये generally बहुत अच्छा continuation pattern का काम करता है. But it can also reverse the trend. इसका एक क्लासिक एग्जांपल आपको अगर देखना है, आई थिंक मेरे एक्सिस बैंक के चार्ट पे अभी भी it will be drawn axis के फ्यूचर्स के चार्ट पे अभी भी आई थिंक आई हैड मेंशन दिस सम पुराने क्लास में आई थिंक मैंने मेंशन किया होगा उसको मैंने अभी भी रखा ये रहा ये देखिए दिस इज कॉल्ड अ राइजिंग वेज इन अ राइजिंग मार्केट दो व्हेन यू सी अ राइजिंग वेज इन अ राइजिंग मार्केट इसका मतलब हमेशा ये नहीं कि हमेशा ये रिवर्स होगा बट अगर रिवर्सल आता है जनरली दीज रिवर्सल्स आर वेरी शार्प and my 18 years experience whatever I have observed generally ये 20 15 से 25% का एक करेक्शन नीचे की तरफ देता है so now that I'm talking about this pattern with you मैं क्विकली एक बार चेक भी कर लेता हूं दैट ऑन अ हाई टू लो बेसिस एक्सिस का करेक्टिव मूव कितना आया था चलिए देखते हैं 16% 16% so more or less in those lines not bad going back to the chart of gold, so gold over here is a little bit of चलिए now that I'm doing this session with you, मैं draw करके छोड़ देता हूँ. It will be interesting to see कि ये rising wedge किस तरफ खुलता है. Will it extend further on the upside or on the downside? Generally, they are beautiful patterns which cause a short-term reversal. I like them because जब reverse होता है, when they reverse, the sharpness of the reversal. दो तीन candle में it will take down quite a bit, but it can continue also on the upside. So let's be careful on this. So crude bounce back, gold bounce back, equity bounce back. It's the dollar which is still under a little bit of pressure. It got a decent bit of support from here. I'm looking at the DXY index, the dollar index. And फिर से वापस वो नीचे फिर से उसी लेवल के आसपास आ रहा है. So I think it's going to stay range bound. Overall पूरा अगर माहौल एनालाइज करें then I would say that we are still in a downtrend, structurally in a downtrend, just given a nice sharp bounce back thanks to index large caps, the stocks which have very good weightages. Most of the sectors performed well, most of the stocks performed well. देखना ये है कि ये sustain होता है कि नहीं. My sense is it will sustain better than what it sustained recently. My sense is अगर इस 16% correction को analyze करें, then every time you had a short-term bounce back, every time you had a short-term bounce back like these, except this one, इसको छोड़ के, all of them सिर्फ 3-4 दिन का ही movement था. 1-2 दिन 3-4 दिन का movement था, right? I think that we are due for a complex bounce back. If we call them, अगर हम इनको simple bounce back बुलाते, I like to call them that way. And इसको complex bounce back बुलाते. Complex मतलब multi-legged, A, B, C, D, E, F, whatever, 1, 2, 3, 4. तो मुझे लगता है कि now we are due for another complex bounce back. Now it can give us a decent rally. It can struggle to rally, can create a range bound move and open down. कुछ भी हो सकता है. It's always good to keep your options open और कोई typical directional bias आप ना रखें. So next week I'm going to very closely monitor and watch whether the index manages to sustain this move or not. Finance and banking stocks definitely should be there, but कुछ हद तक भाग चुके हैं. You might land up buying them at their resistances. इसीलिए थोड़ा सा रुक जाइए. Wait for a day or two. If they give us a short-term drop, dip, I think you'll get a better opportunity. कुछ ऑटो स्टॉक्स पे ध्यान रखिए. बजाज ऑटो, हीरो मोटो को, M&M. From an investment point of view, they've come down quite a bit. You might like them to add in your medium-term to long-term cash portfolio, right? So that was my view about the market. I would like to invite Shoradeep if you have joined us.
Hi, hi everyone. So, how are you doing?
Please take it up from me.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you.
So you are able to see my screen, right? I won't be dealing so much about the charts. I will be just a bit discussing uh, Dow Jones overall chart and overall the macro sector. At Dow Jones futures, this has crossed this resistance of, and right now it is trying to move up. Okay, so trust and move wholeheartedly. Right now, what you can see here on the voice cutting. Hello, the voice is audible. Yeah. So what you can see here right now, here this 40 here this this level of 43 200, there is a resistance. Last time was there was also a breakout which failed within couple of days and came back. Now similar thing can happen again because market is in terms of macro terms. It is just let me at the same time open the YouTube link also. So if I will be able to see uh, that right screen that I'm sharing is reaching you. Okay, so I'm going to the learn markets. Okay, so in the live, I will go there and just okay, fine. So coming back. Now here I want to show you something. The most important thing is that see overall the parameters that are supposed to be give a good idea about inflation. If I have been posting this in the social for quite some time, and you can see here that if I go to my post, so there are a lot of things that I see that inflation is still remain elevated. Okay, now if you see the European inflation today that came that European month on month inflation CPI was up 1.2%. Last month it was 0.8. Okay, core CPI 5.6, but month on month core CPI is 0.9. 0.8 it was last month. Okay, this is harmonized X energy and food, that is 1.2% of month on month, not year on year. So month on month 1.2 is something, right? Now if I go back just to see, yeah, they're showing the right screen, fine. So this is one thing. So if I go back what I have been posting earlier, uh, if you see that the overall fourth quarter PC, this is the data that came today. So if I go here and I will be able to show you that today uh, the market is rallying because this data has come zero point 0.3. Okay, core PC. It was expected zero point 0.4, and last time's figure is also revised down from zero point 0.6, so zero point 0.3. So market is getting excited. Market actually expected this. This is the PCs. This is the index which gives you the idea about the inflation x of energy and food. Now, if I look at this, okay, this has come at zero point 0.3, but zero point 0.3 is it is not that suddenly it is coming down. Like after every zero point 0.5 or zero point 0.6, generally there is a lower figure. Okay, so overall inflation there is no sign properly to actually that inflation is abating. Okay, so if I give you max, so if you give you max instead of 10 so many years or from 2018, so you can see that core PC is generally in the range of 0 to 0.2%. But this elevated PC Fed actually follows this one more than the CPI, and this remains high. So I don't know how, like if the interest rate remain this high, inflation remain this high, how everything, if it will eventually affect the market. Okay, so I am uh, not very bullish about the market at this point of time. But yes, one thing I, if you see Nifty P ratio chart, hmm, so in this Nifty P ratio chart, what you can see is that right now we are at very median P at 20. So generally market goes up apart from this horrible years of 2008 and 2002-3 when dot com crash happened. Generally in the post QE era, the quantitative easing increased money supply, we never have really gone sustained long below 20. So valuation wise, these are very good, and market should actually go up from here eventually in next 12 to 14 months. But on immediate terms, I'm really not very sure that where there is where there is some kind of a bottom very recently. If I look at the Bank Nifty chart, you will find that Bank Nifty has a resistance around 41,068 here. Okay. Uh, there is a 41,068. There is a bottom here. Okay. And sorry, 41,068 or 41,100 is a kind of resistance area. Very unlikely that Bank Nifty would actually sustain above this. If they sustain above this, we can easily go to 41,920. But right now, it does not look very likely to me that it will be able to breach. If I'm talking about Nifty, again, a good resistance come around 17,600. Market may go higher, but unlikely that it will sustain above this kind of levels. So be a little, and let me look at Nifty Finance also. Nifty Finance is also, if I can see, is a kind of resistance. It is near kind of a resistance zone. Okay, it can go up a little bit, 100, 50, 100 point, but above 100 point above this, this will be the most. This right now looks the most bullish index among the three Nifty, Bank Nifty, and Fin Nifty, because right now, if you see, this is already above this 200-day exponential moving average. I think Bank Nifty was not there, right? Bank Nifty, yeah, Bank Nifty was also there, but Bank Nifty is well below the resistance. And if I'm talking about the Fin Nifty is just near the resistance. So above 88, 18,200 or 150, there can be a goodish bit of rally. So we have to look for it if it happens. Okay. So be very careful. On Monday, there is an expiry of this contract. Okay, the weekly contracts. So once if the start above 18,200, you can see real move like 2 300 400 point kind of a move if market behaves that way. So keep an eye on this Bank Nifty, Nifty financial services. But otherwise, uh, on the macro front, there is really not great signs. Obviously, the Dow Jones has broken out, but I really have any doubts that where it will go. Crude oil, I would like to show once, because a lot of people follow me for the crude oil, especially. So I would like to show here WTI crude oil. If I'm talking about, So this is the WTI crude oil. Now this I mentioned quite a number of times. If I'm going to the monthly chart, so I mentioned in the TMP also that this was a great level for 65 to actually uh, buy crude oil. Okay, this was a great level because below this level was 61, but 65 was also a great level, and I was expecting 80 to come. Okay, I was expecting 80 to come in some point of time. So uh, crude oil remains above this 72 quite likely, and above 74 you can see there is a kind of resistive trend line here, and once this goes above this 75 76, then 80 75 76 can be a kind of a resistance. Okay, so overall from this point of view, valuation wise for investing, it is a dream market right now. If I'm talking about valuation wise, this is a dream market, I repeat. But from a trading point of view, I think this is a trading bounce and not a sustainable bounce. This is the kind of uh, expectation I'm having, because last time there was this kind of breakout, see 3300. We thought that there would be a goodish bit of rally. What it happened is that it rallied, it came back, took support, it is again rallying. It can go 5% higher and go like here. And if Nifty goes 5% higher, we will be seeing a lot of stocks move a lot. Let us look at Reliance, how it is doing right now. So if I'm looking at Reliance, okay, very interestingly poised, okay, right now, Reliance. So what I can see, there is a morning star. There was an inverted hammer, there is a morning star. So this is a weekly chart, and in the Reliance, 2350 is a kind of important level. Above 2350, we will looking for a bullish move towards 2450, 2460 kind of a level, and would be really good to Reliance moves like this. Let me look at Bharti, because if index has to go up 5%, I should look for stocks which can lead. So Reliance, Bharti also you can see not showing any momentum. SDFC twins, let me check. So SDFC, if I not any proper momentum yet now. Yes, they took support near 200 DMA. Okay, and trying to bounce out. SDFC Bank trying to bounce. Okay, SDFC and SDFC banks are doing good. I will get Bajaj Finance not showing any momentum. Lastly, I would look at ICICI Bank, Axis Bank, ITC, etc. So ICICI Bank is looking good to me. Uh, so someone should look to buy if ICICI Bank sustains above this level. Okay, above 882, it can again resume. And when ICICI Bank moves, it moves very fast. Though it is a resistance, but above 882, one should buy. Right. Then this is Axis Bank. Not showing any momentum. I'm waiting for it to breach above this 865, 870 level. Kotak still below this resistance. Finally, ITC and Hindustan Unilever. Okay, ITC can bounce. ITC can bounce. This is a proper flag formation and bullish stock. Though I never discuss ITC from a stock point of view, because I generally don't discuss stocks of tobacco and okay, liquor stocks still I at time discuss, but something dealing with tobacco I never discuss. But because I'm discussing index, I have to discuss. That's why I discussed it. So never will invest in ITC until and unless it gets out of tobacco business, because tobacco kills. Really, tobacco kills. Okay. Uh, Hindustan Unilever is also in a kind of range. So I saw all the major stocks. Okay. Adani doing good. but still until it goes about 2200, nothing. Finally, Maruti. I'm looking at all the index stocks, so no momentum. Tata Motor, not much. Maybe finally, what more index stock? Larsen and Toubro we should look at. Larsen and Toubro looks good to me actually. It is a kind of a small range. Anytime uh, it can actually spur a rally. So we have to be cautious that what kind of move it provides, but it can definitely give us a very good move. So we have to keep and watch on this. Finally, uh, Motors, Tata Motors we see, and finally the IT stocks, right? So TCS had a great breakout today above this level that I was expecting, but still there is a resistance and 200-day exponential moving average kind of. So this can be a 1 day kind of a blip also, but one should buy if it's sustainable 3160 and Infi looks really good. Like if it sustains above 1445, Infi looks really good. But until and unless it crosses 1450 now, उसमें share में इतना जान नहीं है. Obviously, this was a great support area. It took support, but share में उतना जान तब तक नहीं है until and unless it is sustains above 4050. Finally, Asian Paints and Maruti, so we have seen, right? Asian Paints. I have given a. This is I generally never give fundamental ideas. Okay, but today I shared a fundamental idea in the club, and I would like to show you. And this is actually doing good. Okay, so this is the thing that I have given. So in the stock ideas, I have given this. This strategy based on, because see, the Aditya Birla Group is going to set up 6 factories in the paint sector. Paint sector has not seen much capex in last many years. So if a player is entering in such an aggressive manner, it is very difficult to maintain P ratio at this level. This I heard from actually in the face-to-face Goa conclave when I attended Ajay Sharma ji's session. So Ajay Sharma sir, who is a hedge fund manager. So this is the person I'm sharing. Ajay Sharma. Okay, investing. This is the individual. Uh, so this is Ajay Sharma. This is the, so he was discussing about phase two. I don't track fundamentals that much. So from sir I heard and trying to play it, because see, in such a bullish day, this trade, this stock is entered into negative. So I think that there would be a retest of 2600 given the scenario. And in such a scenario, I have asked people to build uh, option strategy. It is in marginal profit. Let us see how it goes. But this is the strategy that I am looking for. This thing. Okay, the loss is 5,800. The gain is 26,200. If it gives 5-7,000 on a 5-7,000 risk, I may ask to book 50% of the profit and then trail some kind. We will manage it. Not a very risky trade and has a good opportunity, because this is the very start of the month. And but this month we have a lot of holidays. Baba Sahib Ambedkar ji, Mahavir Jayanti, a lot of holidays we have this month going forward. Okay, and so for option buyers, the debit spreads we have to look into it. So this was from my side. Okay, would definitely have a keen eye on the kind of data flows that are coming in, and I'm telling you, I'm very skeptical that this bounce that you are getting is going to be very short lived. Okay, obviously it can pull up 5% more, but given the overall macro scenario and given the kind of earnings that I'm expecting, because earning this This rise in Dow Jones is a pre-earning season pop, you can see. And given the kind of earnings we are expecting, until and unless it can move above this 35,000, 33,600 level, I think this will fizzle out, and this Nifty rally will also fizzle out. So this is my viewpoint that I'm having right now, sharing it with you. And this is the end of this financial year. So whatever trading you must have done, this is ending. Possibly uh, the next financial year is going to be a little challenging in terms of market. But if the election results are suitable, and I'm using suitable, and because all know what suits market, okay. So if election results are suitable, then market will possibly next year, next 1 year, obviously the election in 2024. So by May, June, after that, given the kind of valuations we are in, from these levels, we may see good investment bet, at least investment in stock should do good results. So suppose the earning growth is average even 10%. Okay. In India, you can expect an earning growth of 10%, right? Why? The inflation would be around 4-5%, even if it comes down, and if the GDP grows 6%. So obviously 10% is average earning growth you can expect. Okay. Now, and if there is average earning growth of 10% in 3 years, so that brings you about 30% growth from here. Add to that that we are at a very low valuation. So on the higher side, it can easily go to 25 if there is a suitable government. So 50%. So in a 3 year time, on an index level, there is a possibility to gain 50%. But in a very extreme short term, I am not sure that if it is the bottom. Okay. So that is the point I was trying to make. Hope you got something from this session you attended. Okay. So again, can watch his videos. Was really amazing to watch his session. Okay, in Goa, and I have heard 2-3 session I have watched. Though I am not a very invest oriented person, but actually love the way great sense of humor, great sense of uh, great oratory skill, and obviously the knowledge he brings in. This is fabulous, right? So can watch his. There are a great session with him with Vivek sir also. So you can uh, just look at the kind of videos. Okay, and last but not the least, uh, we are would like to show you this comprehensive course. Okay, so this is the trading mentorship program. We are about to reach 2000, and even after 2000, after 218 ratings, 4.9. Okay, the last day of financial year, if things have not have been great with you, I just suggest that you can think of devoting yourself for this, availing this course. Actually, as a trader, you will gain a lot from the experience that we have in the five of us, the mentors. So I am the technical mentor. Avijit Paul is the technical strategy mentor. Vivek sir is mentor to all of us. Chetan sir is a mentor for options, and Sanando is mentor for commodity and currency. So if you really are serious about trading, it is a course worth thinking about. So on the last day of the financial year, if you are not having a great time as a trader, you can just consider this, that if this can change your journey as a trader. Okay. So thanks a lot. Bye. Take care. Bye bye. Thank you.